We all know Anakin Skywalker would eventually aid Palpatine in Mace Windu's death in hopes of saving his wife Padme, but did you know there was a scene that happened earlier in Revenge of the Sith where Anakin actually came very close to attacking and killing Mace Windu? Anakin's thoughts during this scene are incredibly broken down in the novelization of Revenge of the Sith. Let's get started. By the time the doors to the Jedi Council chamber swung open, Anakin was already angry. If asked, he would have denied it. He was sure he wasn't angry. He kept telling himself he wasn't angry, and he made himself believe it. It wasn't anger he was truly hiding. Anakin's anger was only camouflage. Behind his anger hid the dragon. He remembered too well the first time he had entered this chamber, the first time he had stood within a ring of Jedi Masters, gathered to sit in judgment upon his fate. Anakin moved slowly into the center of circle brown toned carpet and turned towards the senior members. Anakin Skywalker. Mace Windu's tone was so severe that the dragon inside him coiled instinctively. Mace Windu continued speaking. The council has decided to comply with Chancellor Palpatine's directive, and with the instructions of the Senate that give him the authority to command this council. You are hereby granted a seat at the High Council of the Jedi as the Chancellor's personal representative. Anakin stood very still for a long moment. Palpatine had been right. He seemed to be right about a lot of things these days. In fact, Anakin couldn't remember a single instance when the Supreme Chancellor had been wrong. Finally, as it began to sink in upon him, as he gradually allowed himself to understand that the Council had finally decided to grant him his heart's desire, that they finally had recognized his accomplishments, his dedication, his power. Anakin thanked the Jedi Masters, as he said he will uphold the highest principles of the Jedi Order. Grandmaster Yoda then expressed his concern, as he told the Chosen One that the Council does not allow this appointment lightly. I understand, Anakin said, nodding his head. I'm not quite sure you do. Mace Windu leaned forward, staring into Anakin's eyes with a measuring squint. Anakin was barely paying attention. In his mind, he was already leaving the council chamber, riding the turbo lift to the archives, and demanding access to the restricted vault by authority of his new rank. You will attend the meetings of this council, Mace said, but you will not be granted the rank and privileges of a Jedi Master. What? It was a small word, but even to his own ears, the voice that came from his lips didn't sound like his own. It was deeper and darker, resonating from the depths of his heart. Mace Windu's eyes were as cold as the voice from Anakin's mouth. Take your seat, young Skywalker, Windu said. Anakin matched his stare. Perhaps I'll take yours. His own voice inside his head had a black hot fire that smoked from the depths of his furnace heart. You think you can stop me from saving my love? You think you can make me watch her die? Anakin, Obi-Wan said softly. His master gestured to an empty seat beside him, and something in Obi-Wan's gentle voice sent his anger slinking off ashamed, and Anakin found himself alone on the carpet in the middle of the Jedi Council. He suddenly felt very young and very foolish. Forgive me, masters. His bow of contrition could not hide the blaze of embarrassment that climbed his cheeks. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and learned something new, please like and subscribe. And remember, the Force will be with you, always.